Yes. Array reference, can I call it as object reference? Yes. Can I call variable? Primitive type variable or reference type variable? Reference type variable. What it contains? Hash code. Hash code. Array index begins with 0, ends with size minus 1. Okay. Say this is array. Now, right side array created. Right side. Left side array reference. Right side array created. Okay. Here 23, 45, 99, 36, 67. It is a collection of integers. It is array. So right side array created, that array referred by small a. This a contains this array hash code. Okay. How to print you studied. I value 0, 0 less than 5, true, a of 0, like that you have seen. Not only this one, enhanced for loop also possible. Node. Enhanced for loop or for each loop. Enhanced for loop or for each loop. Enhanced for loop or for each loop. Whatever you studied about for loop, that for loop only enhanced. That for loop only enhanced with new feature. That is, we are calling like a for each loop also. For each loop also we can call. Now, what is the purpose of this one is, it is especially made for arrays and collections only. Note on. It is used to iterate. It is used to iterate elements of a collection, elements of an array or collection. It is used to iterate elements of an array or collection. It is used to iterate elements of an array or collection. It is especially made for arrays and collections framework purpose. Collections framework separate topic is there. At the time you will learn. It is used to iterate elements of an array or collection. Array purpose, collection purpose introduced. How to use, I'll show you. Note on syntax. For data type, variable, colon, array reference. For left parenthesis, data type, variable, colon, array reference, right parenthesis, open brace, statements, close brace. Just you have to write for, after that data type, variable, colon, array reference. If you write array reference here, this array reference refers an array. From that array, one element copied in variable. Listen. This array reference refers array. That array contains collection of elements, no? From that, one element copied in this variable. So it is new concept in Java. It is not there in C++. Here, what you are going to write? Array reference you are going to write. Array reference refers an array. That array contains some elements. From that, one element automatically copied in variable. That variable, on that variable, you can perform operations. Like that, you can iterate. With this array reference, what will be happen is, array reference refers array. From that array, one element automatically copied in variable. That variable you can print here. Like that, one by one, automatically iterated. No logic, no condition, no updation. Only one variable, one array reference. It is automatically done. This is colon, not semicolon. Previous for loop, semicolons are there. This is colon symbol. This is syntax. I'll explain. Is it over? So what we have to write? For. Normal for type only for. After that, one data type variable. Colon array reference. Array reference is going to refer array. That array contains elements. From that one element copied in variable, that variable you can print here. Now just you see. Here. How to write? See, for syntax for left parenthesis, data type int variable b colon array reference a. That's it. System dot out dot println b. Here we are not writing condition. We are not writing updation. We are not writing logic. A is a reference. It refers array. From this array, first element copied in B, printed. Second element copied in B, printed. Third element copied in B, printed. Fourth element copied in B, printed. Fifth element copied in B, printed. That's it. It is automatically done. See, file, save. Java C demo.java. Java demo. See, all elements are printed. Now, note on accessing array elements by using enhanced for loop. Accessing array elements by using enhanced for loop. Try this one. Accessing array elements by using enhanced for loop. Like these two forward slashes, if you write, it will be considered as comment. That line is ignored by the Java compiler. Accessing array elements by using enhanced for loop. Accessing array elements by using enhanced for loop. That is, you can call it as enhanced for loop also, for each loop also you can call. Both are same. That for loop only enhanced. One element iterated, that's what it is called as for each loop. One element iterated. Now, how to use enhanced for loop, you studied. Here, A is a primitive type variable or reference type variable. A is a reference type variable. What it contains? Hash code. B is a primitive type variable or reference type variable. Primitive type variable, which contains data. So, right side array created. that array hash code stored in A. This A refers this array. From this, one element copied in B because it is primitive type. It is reference type. A contains hash code, B contains data. Okay. A contains hash code because it is reference type. B primitive type. Okay. Now, like this, one element copied in B printed. Now, these all elements, if you want to add, suppose these all elements, if you want to add with for loop also you can add, with enhanced for loop also you can add. If you want to add with for loop, say normal for loop. Normal for loop, how will write? Int I equal to 0. Next, I less than a dot length I plus plus. Okay. Now, what you can do is here, integer total equal to 0. Now, you can calculate total equal to total plus a of I. If you write one element added to total, one element added to total. Okay. After completion of for loop, system dot out dot println total. Okay. Now, here first total value 0. Total 0. Then 0 plus 23 stored in total. Next, 23 plus 45 stored in total. Result plus 99 stored in total. That result plus 36 stored in total. Result plus 67 stored in total. For loop terminated. When for loop terminated, the total printed. See, file, save. Compilation, execution. The total 270. So one element added to total. Write this one. So actually these all libraries are there. Libraries we use further. If you want to calculate total, if you want to find the maximum of array, minimum element, maximum element, sorting, searching, hashing, everything possible. With library also possible. Over. One element added to total. Okay. Here with index, I value 0. 0 less than 5, true. A of 0 added to total. I becomes 1. 1 less than 5, true. A of 1 added to total. I becomes 2. 2 less than 5, true. A of 2 added. A of 3, A of 4 added. Later 5. 5 less than 5, false. Whenever it will come out, then total printed. So these all total 270. That is printed. Now, this program I want to write with enhanced for loop. This program I want to write with enhanced for loop. What we have to write? This for loop, just for loop I'll remove. Here I'll remove. What we have to write? Here int colon int B colon A. Now here total equal to total plus B. That's it. From this array, one element copied in B, B added to total. This is enhanced for loop. Now, you can use normal for loop also, enhanced for loop also. Which one is better? This is new feature you can utilize. Suppose you are comfortable with that one only. Continue that one only. Nothing will happen. There is no difference. Okay. Now, file, save. It is only programmer convenient point of view, new concept introduced. See, now also same output. Write this one also. It is also same output, but only loop I changed. Not have been
Recording in
initialized.
progress.
But if it is instance variable, class variable, default value 0. But local variable will not come. That is you have to remember. Just note down. One program I'll give 1 minute. 1 minute. Is it completed? Now, this is which type of variable? This is which type of variable? This is which type of variable? Instance variable. How many ways to access? 2 ways. What are those? By using object, I want to access. What we have tried? New demo dot x. Class variable. How many ways to access? 4 ways. What are those? Directly class name, object, object reference. I want to use class name. How to use? Demo dot y. Local variable, how many ways to access? 1 way. What is it? Directly. Now, it is valid. You will get a 0. It is valid. You will get a 0. But it is error. See, file, save. Now, same like this only, variable z might not have been initialized. This one, I'll make it comment. Now, it will compile the 2 lines 0, 0 comes. See, X not initialized, but you are getting 0. Y not initialized, you are getting 0. But Z not initialized, you are getting error. These two initialized automatically. This one you have to initialize. Error, because local variable must be initialized before accessing. That is error. Just note down. First you write this one. I'll give the description. I'll give. Write this one. 0, 0 error. Is it over? Here new demo.x 0, demo.y 0, but z error. Note on. Local variables must be initialized before access. Local variables must be initialized before access. Otherwise, compile time error occurs. Because they do not get default values. They do not get default values. Local variables must be initialized before access. Otherwise, compile time error occurs because they do not get default values. Local variables must be initialized before access. Otherwise, compile time error occurs because they do not get default values. Actually, instance variable automatically initialized by using constructor, that is further comes. Class variable automatically initialized by using static block, but local variable nothing will be there. That is the reason we have to initialize. Local variable must be initialized before access because they do not get default values. Default value will not come. If it is instance variable, default value comes. The 0 default comes. But local variable compulsory we have to write. Otherwise error. Okay. This point also remember. Don't forget. This is about one-dimensional array you have seen. On this, many operations we can perform. Finding maximum of array elements, finding minimum of array elements, sorting, searching for one element, and finding second largest, finding second smallest. So many things possible. And those all we can perform through library also. Without library also, to improve logical skills purpose required. Those all I'll give assignments. If you don't do, I'll explain. Okay. Suppose two-dimensional arrays, not much important in Java. If you want to create, you can create. How to create? Just you observe. You have seen it is called one-dimensional array. It is called one-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array, if you want to write, one more bracket. Here, one more. Suppose 5 rows, 3 columns, or 3 rows, 2 columns, or 2 rows, 3 columns, like this. Here, number of rows, number of columns. Like this we can create. Here, if you write like this, 2 rows, 3 columns created. This is declaration. If you want to initialization, this doesn't require. Directly you can write like this. Now, how many rows, how many columns? 2 rows, 3 columns. That's it. Like this you can write initialization. It is not much important. That's what one example I'll give. I'll finish. If you want to print, first integer I equal to 0. It is row index. I less than a of year. Year a dot length. A dot length. It is row length. How many rows are there? 2 rows. It will be 2 rows. I plus plus. In this, what you have to do, say integer j equal to 0, j less than a of I dot length. It is a of 0, it is a of 1. It is a of 0, it is a of 1. In that, it is 0, it is 1, it is 2. I'll give diagram j plus plus. Now, you can print system dot out dot println a of I of j. That is you can write. Here, if you want to, if you print like this, all one dimensional array type only printed. See, file, save. Then what you can do is here, print ln place, remove ln, same line printed, same line. Same line, how it is printed, see. If you want to give a gap, what you can do is plus symbol, double quotes, like this space you can write. Now, value printed plus, it is concatenation. It is string, empty string, space. Now, between numbers, space printed. Next line, if you want to print, when first row completed, then next line, empty println. It comes to next line. File, save. See, now 2-dimensional array type displayed. Like this. Suppose 3 rows, 3 columns. Now code is same. You can write. Now see. Now 3 rows, 3 columns printed. Like this. Now I'll explain the iteration. Just write the program first. Program to demonstrate 2-dimensional array. Program to demonstrate 2-dimensional array. Write the program. Program to demonstrate 2-dimensional array. I'll explain. Total, how many rows are there? 3 rows. How many columns are there? 3 columns. Like this created. Say 3 rows like this. Now it is row index. See, it is 0, it is 1, it is 2. It is row index. In each row, again column index. Here 0, 1, 2. Again 0, 1, 2. Again 0, 1, 2. Like this. Here data. On data 23. Say 23, 45, 67, 23, 49, 13, 24, 67, 89. Like this created. This is called row index. It is called row index. This is called column index. Column index. It is called element. It is called element. Okay. Now you observe this 2-dimensional array created like this. I value 0. I value 0. 0 less than a dot length. That means how many rows are there? 3. 0 less than 3. True. It will enter. J value 0. J less than A of 0 dot length. A of 0 dot length nothing but this row length. This row length how many columns? 3. It is also 3. True. Then A of 0 of 0. This 23 printed. 0, 0. After that J becomes 1. 1 less than here. 1 less than. See. First what will happen? See. I value 0. I value 0. 0 less than 3. It is true. It will enter. J value 0. 0 less than 3. True. It will enter. A of 0 of 0. 0 of 0. 23 printed. Plus space. Space printed. After printing space j plus plus, j becomes 1. 1 less than 3, true. A of 0 and 1, 0, 1, 45. 45 printed, space printed. J becomes 2. 2 less than 3, true. A of 0 and 2, 0 and 2, 67 printed, space printed. J becomes 3. 3 less than 3, false. It will come out. New line printed. It control comes to next line. It is empty system dot out dot println. Just control comes to next line. So here what will happen? Already 23 printed, space printed, 45 printed, 67 printed. Control comes to next line. In next line, after next line, I becomes 1. 1 less than 3, true. Then 1, 0. 1, 0, 23. The 23 printed. Same. I plus j plus plus. J becomes 1. 1, 1, 49. Next 13. 13 printed. Again next line. Again next line. That is 24. 67. 89. I becomes 3. 3 less than 3, false. So you are getting output like this. Okay. This is two-dimensional array. More than one dimensional. Multi-dimensional also you can call. Two-dimensional array or multi-dimensional array. Multi-dimensional arrays are not important in Java. We are not going to perform that type of operations in Java. Okay. Memory allocation, if you want, this one, write it. Row index, column index, element. Row index, column index, element. Write that one. This is two-dimensional array. You can call it a multi-dimensional array also. More than one dimensional, multi. But in Java, one more also possible, jagged arrays. That is, I'll show you. First, is it clear? Here, a dot length, that is row length. A of 0 dot length, A of 1 dot length, A of 2 dot length, that is columns. It is row size, it is column size. It is array length, 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 rows. It is A of 0, A of 0 length, 3. A of 1 length, A of 2 length, like that. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 0, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay. Is it over? Here it is two-dimensional array, but in Java, jagged array is also possible. Write it, jagged array. Jagged array is a multi-dimensional array in which each row having different number of columns. Jagged array is a multi-dimensional array in which each row having different number of columns. One row 3 elements, one row 4 element, one row 5 element, different you can write. It is possible. Jagged array is a multi-dimensional array in which each row having different number of columns. Jagged array is a multi-dimensional array in which each row having different number of columns. Jagged array. Jagged array nothing but it is just multi-dimensional, more than one dimensional, in which each row having different number of columns. In previous 3 rows, in each row 3 columns. But here each row different number of columns. Like that also possible. See. Suppose here 4 elements I am writing. Here 2 elements I am writing. Possible. Here 3 elements I am writing. Possible. See here how many columns? 4. Here how many columns? 2. Here how many columns? 3. But code is same. No change. See. File. Save. Now it will print. It is called jagged array. This is called jagged array. Each row different number of columns. It is also possible in Java. Try this one. Program to demonstrate jagged array. Here, how many columns? 4. How many columns? 2. How many columns? 3. So output displayed. Here 4 columns, here 2 columns, here 3 columns. Number of rows 3. Each row different columns. This is jagged array. Two-dimensional array not important. Jagged array also not important. Okay. What is class? Collection of variables and methods. Okay. Now we'll see methods. Methods not on. Is it over? Program is over. Next, methods. Not done. A group of statements into a single logical unit is called as method. A group of statements into a single logical unit. A group of statements into a single logical unit is called as methods. Methods are used to perform the task. Task code we are going to write in method. So previous all programs inside the main method only we written code. The task code we written in the main method. Main also method. Now advantages of methods. First one, modularity. This I'll explain while teaching example. Reusability. Advantages of methods. First one, modularity. Second one, reusability. A group of statements into a single logical unit is called as method. Methods are used to perform the task. Methods advantage is modularity, reusability. See, these all statements we group it together as a one unit. This is called method. This is called main method, one method. Statements we group it together as a one logical unit. That unit is called method. Methods are used to perform the task. In this program, task is to create jagged array and printing jagged array. That is nothing but one task. That task purpose we written method. Modularity, reusability advantages. While writing other example, I'll explain about modularity, reusability. Next, in Java, methods are divided into the following categories. In Java, methods are divided into the following categories. First one, methods with arguments and with return value. Second one, methods with arguments and without return value. Third one, methods without argument and with return value. Fourth one, methods without arguments and without return value. In Java, methods are divided into the following categories. First one, methods with arguments and with return value. Second one, methods with arguments and without return value. Third one, methods without arguments and with return value. Fourth one, methods without arguments and without return value. 4 categories of methods. 4 categories of methods. In Java, methods are divided into the following categories. First category, with argument and with return value. Second category, with argument without return value. Third category, without argument with return value. Fourth category, without arguments and without return value. I'll explain. First category. Exam syntax. First category, methods with arguments and with return value. Syntax. Return type, method name, argument 1, argument 2, n number of arguments. Return type, method name, argument 1, argument 2, like that n number of arguments. Methods with arguments and with return value. Methods with arguments and with return value. Syntax. Return type, method name, arguments. Here, return type. Return type, it can be primitive data type or reference data type. Primitive data type also we can write. Reference data type also we can write. Depends upon our task. These arguments also, primitive types we can write, reference types we can write. Hold on. I'll explain. With return keyword, we'll write data type. 15 statements are given. Jump statements. One statement, last statement. Return statement is with that return keyword will return. Whichever type you return, that is called return type. I'll show you. Return type, method name, arguments. Return type, primitive data type or reference data type. Arguments also primitive types or reference types. Depends upon our task, we can write. I'll explain, just write. It is first category. Based on task, method name you have to write. Further task, whatever you required, those arguments you can write. Those types, primitive or reference, so you have to select. At last, result which data type returning, that return type you have to write. Here, task code we have to write. It is task code. Task code. Based on our task, one method name we have to write. For that task, how many arguments required, you have to select. Which type required, you have to select either primitive or reference. You have tried the code. At last result, which type returning? That particular data type we have tried. That is return type. Here, suppose I want to add two numbers. I want to add two numbers. Method name. The word should be related to task. Our task is adding two numbers. Method name should be adding two numbers complete you can write, or only adding you can write, or only add you can write. Like that, sum you can write. And how many argument required? Two numbers. Two numbers which type required? Primitive type. In that primitive which type required? Integer type. Like that you can select. After adding result also integer. That type you have to specify here. Just see. I'll explain with example. Now it is common code. Class name, open brace, close brace, main method, it is common. Now here my task is adding two numbers. Then method name adding two numbers. You can write. Like this also you can write. Or only adding. Or only add. Now, how many arguments? Two. Which type? Integer A, integer B. At last result which type? Integer. It's one method. Now, add is a method which takes two integers, which will return one integer. So, add is a method which will take two integers, which will return integer. Adding task, we have tried here. Integer C equal to A plus B. Adding. After that, return keyword C. Now, add is a method which takes two integers. Online students, listen with concentration. Listen with concentration. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. Add is a method. This is method. Method in C language we are calling function. Java language we are calling method. Just a terminology changed. That's it. Add is a method which takes two integers. These integers are called arguments also, parameters also. Arguments, parameters, both are same, just synonyms. You can call it as arguments also. You can call it as parameters also. Now, add is a method which takes two arguments, which takes two parameters. These are which type? Primitive type. In primitive which type? Integer type. Now, these two added, the result is stored in C. Return C. C which type? Integer type. That type you have to mention. Then here, you already studied, if you write one variable here, this is which type of variable? If I write static, class variable, like that only, this is called instance method. If I write static, it is called class method. Class method we'll see later. First, it is called instance method. Now, write this one. Instance method. A method that is defined as a member of a class is called as an instance method. Now, a method that is defined as a member of a class is called as an instance method. There are two ways to access an instance method. First one, by using an object. Second one, by using an object reference. Same, whatever you studied. Use an object to access an instance method if it is required. only one time. Use an object reference to access an instance method if it is required more than one time. There are two ways to access an instance method. First one by using an object. Second one by using an object reference. Use an object to access an instance method if it is required only one time. Use an object reference to access an instance method if it is required more than one time. See, same like an instance variable is there, no? A variable that is defined as a member of a class, that is called instance variable. A method that is defined as a member of a class, that is called instance method. There are two ways to access an instance variable. Same, there are two ways to access an instance method. Okay, same concept. By using object, by using object reference. One time required, use object. Many times required, use object reference. There are two ways to access an instance method. By using an object, by using an object reference. Use an object to access an instance method if it is required only one time. Use an object reference to access an instance method if it is required more than one time. Now I'll show you both. While developing application, one time required, use this one. More than one time required, use this one. Like that you have to select. But present I'll show you both. See in the program. Now add is a method which takes two arguments or which takes two parameters, primitive type, integer type. It will add result stored in C, return C. It is returning. Which type returning? Integer type returning. That's what integer type. It is defined as a member of demo class. It is called instance method. How to call this method? It is returning integer. So integer X. You're right. Int is there. Int. Float is there. Float. Char is there. Char. Like that one variable. By using object, new demo object created. Dot add, which takes two integers you can pass. Object created. With that object, add method called 23 copied in A, 45 copied in B, 23 plus 45 result copied in C, return C, C copied in X. That X you can print here. This is by using object. By using object reference means demo D equal to new demo, integer Y equal to D dot add. Two numbers you can write. System dot out dot println Y. See, object created. That object referred by D. With that add method called. Then 94 copied in A, 39 copied in B, result copied in C, return C, that is copied in Y, Y printed. Now, once again, see how it is executed. Demo class loaded into JVM memory. Open brace executed. Main method called. Open brace executed. Here object created. With that object add method called 23, 45 copied in A and B. The result copied in C. Return C. That C copied in X. Then X printed. Object created. Object reference created. With that reference add method called. Then 94 copied in A. 39 copied in B. Result copied in C. That C returned copied in Y printed. File save. Here object dot add. Here object reference dot add. Both the ways I given. Compilation, execution. So 23 plus 45, 68. 94 plus 39, 133. Write this example. With only one example, you may not understand. With many examples, you will understand. I'll teach. Many examples I'll cover. Online students, listen the class and write the notes. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. If I click on chat box, they cannot write notes. Chat box not visible to you, but it is visible to offline students. They cannot write notes. Once again, I'll explain execution process. See, object created with that add method called. Then 23, 45 copied in A and B. So these 23 and 45 copied in A and B. Like this it comes. Then it will become int A equal to 23. Int B equal to 45. Result, return C. It is copied in X. This C, return C, it is returned. Then it becomes integer X equal to C. This is called with arguments, with return value. With arguments, with return value. Okay. Object created with that add method called 23 copied in A, 45 copied in B. Int A equal to 23, int B equal to 45. Return C. that C copied in X, like this. Same style here, 94 copied in A, 39 copied in B, result copied in Y. So with arguments, with return value, this is first category. Here, it is first example. Those who didn't understand also no need to worry. Second example, third example, you'll get a more clarity. Okay. That is, we'll see continuation on Monday. You try to complete by Monday that assignment. If you don't get, I'll teach, but you try. First of all, you try. This continuation we'll see on Monday.